Hey everyone, it's JFO. I'm back. I took a couple of weeks off because I got my wisdom teeth pulled and I just didn't have some, videos ready to go. So I just figured I'll wait and start a whole new season. So it's going to be season 2 starting today. I'm very excited. Another thing I want to talk about is that I love to make these videos where I edit them specifically so they go quick, fast. I get to the point of what I'm trying to say. But I know that as I expand my YouTube channel, I want to be creating and producing way more content for you. So some of the new changes I'm going to be making is I'm going to have a lot more videos that are one take videos, like this one, where I just riff and talk and I don't edit it because it's just going to be a waste of time. So it'll be a lot more comedy, a lot more fun. Now, another thing too is if you're not following me on my Instagram channel or Instagram accounts, you're going to want to do that. So call me JFO is my personal Instagram. And it's also where I share my health tips, my fitness tips, my vegan and gluten-free food ideas and all that fun stuff. And then we've got my more spiritual teachings account, which is Destiny Vibes or Zodiac Love Guru. Okay, so you can find those here down below, and I would love for you to follow me there because I'm on stories there pretty much every single day. So if something's going weird in my life and I'm off of YouTube, you can go there to find out what's going on. Okay, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to also be putting up a lot of the IGTVs that I'm doing over there up on YouTube as well so that you can check out those videos. So a lot more content coming your way, and I'll still do those edited videos because I think they're really fun to get that quick concepts across. But I think it's fun too to just kind of do a one take and talk to you. I'm also going to be hopefully doing some live videos at some point. So more coming soon. I'm just having a little bit of hard time balancing, resting and self-care versus wanting to produce as much content as I can to teach you guys about astrology, spirituality, vibration, all those things. So in this video today, and by the way, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, especially because I am going to be consistently doing a Friday newsletter for people that are on my list so that you know when I drop a new video every Friday. But for my subscribers, you're going to be the first to know of other videos because I might drop other videos on other days. So it's really, really important to subscribe so you know when I have a new video. Now, let's talk about the topic at hand, the Great Awakening. What is the Great Awakening? We are in the year 2020 right now, and it is cray. Yes, it is crazy. Everyone can feel it. Something is different. Something is dark. And we can say it's a, pandemic. We can say that there's a lot of civil unrest. We can say there's this quarantine and we've got to wear masks and there's all these restrictions. But we know deep inside, that something else is going on. And I am here to tell you that it is. Something else is going on. And what is that? What is that something else that's going on? So I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole today in this video. But I will say this, if you are interested in investigating with me and going down some crazy fun spiritual and historical rabbit holes, then you're gonna want to message me on one of those Instagram accounts. Just DM me there and I will give you access to a special Instagram account and a special group I'm creating for this specific investigation. It's going to be so fun. So definitely message me there if you want to do more of that. If you're someone who's really into conspiracy theories, really into kind of doing your own personal research and your own personal journalism to find out what's going on. But from a spiritual perspective, let's really talk about what this year is about. So, this has been prophesized in pretty much every religion. This is the Great Awakening. It's not that the world is ending. It's actually very much the world is starting, right? So we're the old world, the old earth is falling away and the new earth, the new world is being born. And that's what's really exciting. And to stay high vibe, we really need to focus on the excitement of a totally new world. What if there could be heaven on earth? What if there could be basically no disease and everyone loves each other and there's no war and there's no poverty and everyone can actually be who they want to be in this world and not struggle with that 9 to 5 and I really do think that that's a reality and that's something that can happen. And I do believe that that's what is going on right now. But we need to dismantle the old in order for the new to come. And another interesting thing that's going on here is, you might not know this, or some of you might be awakened to it yet. That's why it's called the Great Awakening, because we're kind of waking up and we're dismantling our paradigms. We're dismantling how we see the world and what we call reality. And we're opening up our perceptions, and we're expanding our mind into all new informational territory. This is very much the destiny line this year that started in May, of Sagittarius as our comfort zone and Gemini as our destiny. What is that? Because that's, not only is it the masculine perception signs of the zodiac, but Sagittarius represents truth. Gemini represents spin. Gemini is more of the salesman or the editor, right? Whereas Sagittarius is more of the writer and the storyteller, okay? So, and also the truth seeker, the philosopher, right? Whereas Gemini is like, I want to go into this book in the library and find the facts. Sagittarius is really like, no, let me just tell you my actual story of what happened to me, and you can keep the facts over there, right? So there's this fight right now between spin and facts and truth and storytelling. And I don't know where you are in the world watching this right now, but there's a lot of basically underground, like, journalists, like independent journalists basically, that are trying to figure out the truth of what's going on, and recognizing that maybe the mainstream news or the mainstream media is not necessarily what's real, right? And so that very much is that destiny line in Sagittarius Gemini that we're experiencing this year, and we're going to be in that destiny line all through next year. I forgot the exact date of when that ends, but it's definitely through this year and most of next year, because the destiny line usually stays in a sign for about 1 to 2-ish years. Okay, so we're feeling that, right? We're feeling that. But let's talk about what this Great Awakening is. What it is we're going from 3D to 5D. And basically what that means is that we're in a three-dimensional universe, world, but what have you, and we're transcending vibrationally, collectively, to this higher, it's like an upgrade, like a technology upgrade, right? To this higher consciousness where we have unity, love, oneness, and we can rise above polarity and rise above contrast, okay? Now, I have a lot more videos that I've kind of expanded with that on, and there's some IGTVs I've done, so I'm going to put them here on my channel at some point. But let's really dive in this video. What I really want to talk about is the astrological information going down. So today, this video is going to be launching on August 14th. And I'm going to be telling you in this video all the astrological information that's happening from now till November 21st. Now, why November 21st? Actually, I might just share with you December too. But November 21st is really this key date for me in my mind, because that's when we're out of our last Mercury retrograde of the year. The sun's going to be in Sagittarius. It's going to be aligning with that comfort zone of Sagittarius. And I do feel it's kind of going to be this culmination point of, we survived 2020. Now let's really see what's on the horizon for these next 4 to 5 years of the ascension, of ascending from 4D to 5D as a collective Earth experience. Earth is going to be living in 2 to 3 separate realities, because some people are still going to be trapped in this 3D matrix, so to speak, of the old world. And a lot of people are going to be rising into this 5D awareness of the new world, and this 4D bridge is in the middle. And so there's going to be varying realities happening all on Earth, right? And you might already be feeling this. Like, you might be in one reality and your husband or wife is in another reality, right? So like, just know that it feels like there's a lot of chaos, but we are going to be coming to this new Earth and rising and ascending to it. And it's really going to take about 4 to 5 years for everyone to get into this new experience and this new paradigm, okay? So I've got my notes here. Like I said, I'm doing a one-take video. I'm not going to edit it. I'll put some fun words and stuff, but I'm really not going to do any cut. Okay, let's go. So we begin our information here with next week. We have the new moon in Leo on August 18th, okay? And then Mercury is going to go into Virgo on the 19th, okay? Then Sun will go into Virgo on the 22nd. So right now, this month, it's kind of like that calm before the storm. I mean, we are in a fire sign and we are moving forth because we're not in a Mercury retrograde right now. So there is definitely action and things happening, but the storm is really coming. So let's talk about what that is. So let's go to the beginning of September. So the beginning of September, we kick it off with the full moon in Pisces. Now this is huge because the last time we had a very big Pisces energy was back in March when coronavirus was really coming to the States and was hitting that pinnacle point of all the lockdowns happening. And that was because we had Mercury retrograde in Pisces with the sun in Pisces. And now we're kicking off September with that full moon in Pisces, meaning that the sun's in Virgo and the moon's in Pisces, full moon. And this is just totally like a wink from the universe. Like, here we go, right? It's kind of like bringing back that energy. And it's 6 months later, right? And we're like, here we go, okay? So what is that really, why is that really important? Well, we have Neptune, which is the Pisces planet in Pisces, right? So it enhances, when you have those bigger planets in signs, it enhances, the moon will be enhanced because it'll be aligning with Neptune, right? And Pisces represents the dream, but in the negative, it really represents wearing the rose-colored glasses, being trapped in 3D, not seeing the reality for what it is, versus the sun in Virgo, which is reality. So it's this, this duality, polarity of dream versus reality, okay? And that squares which is a harsh aspect, that squares our destiny line in Sagittarius Gemini. So it's really, the start of September is really like, wake it up. It's all about perception. Let's freaking go. Because the mutable signs of astrology, those 4 mutable signs, represent perception, okay? And remember, when you've got those 4 signs, it creates a cosmic cross. So that cosmic cross is going to happen, boom, it's perception time, baby. Okay, so after that, we have the moon in Aries that very next day. Why is that important? I'm not going to talk about every moon when, moon sign, but that's important because we have Mars in Aries, and Mars rules Aries. So Mars is an aggressive planet. It's in Aries, which is an aggressive sign. It rules Aries. And so to have the moon there, I mean, right after we have this like cosmic cross of that perception energy, it's just winking us like, this is the time. This is the time. Okay, just wait. So that weekend on September 5th, we'll have our Mercury in Libra. So Mercury's going to go into Libra, and this is really going to establish this energy of communicating around justice, communicating around harmony and balance, and all those themes of Libra. And then and by the way, another piece to that is that it's going to be basically in the opposite sign of Mars. So to have our communication about peace, our adrenaline about, this aggression, because Aries is all about me. It wants to stir the pot. Libra is all about we. It wants to create the balance and the harmony. So to have that Libra in the Mercury position, what we're talking about, what we want, but then we've got this adrenaline of me, and aggression, right? Okay. So then we've got on September 6th, we have Venus going into Leo, okay? And so it was in Cancer, and that's pretty big too because we had a lot of themes in Cancer. With the destiny line started off the year in Cancer, so that's why we came into our homes, because the destiny was in Cancer, which represents the home. We had that huge season of Cancer when we had our last Mercury retrograde in Cancer, and that's when we were all probably going down some historical rabbit holes together in our homes, or talking with our family, right, and just trying to figure out what's going on. And so we had Venus in Cancer, and so we're really moving out of this Cancer theme into this Leo theme, and we're just really coming into this energy of more fiery passion, okay? So on the 9th of September, this is a big date, we go retrograde with Mars. Mars in Aries is going to go retrograde, 28 degrees Aries at 5:22 p.m. Central Time on the 9th of September. That is huge. It's going to go backwards. So we've got this adrenaline, and then on September 9th, it's going to go backwards, okay? and that forward motion, oh, we're going to talk about it, okay? So then we have Jupiter goes direct in Capricorn, 17 degrees Capricorn on September 12th. And this is what's interesting. All of these other planets that were in retrograde are going to start going direct during this time, okay? As Mars goes retrograde, as Mercury's about to go retrograde, all these other planets are going direct. It's just a crazy time, okay? So September 12th, Jupiter's going to go direct. Jupiter represents abundance. So why is that so important that Jupiter's going direct? Well, Jupiter represents Sagittarius, and we are in that comfort zone of Sagittarius, and we're all it's all going to accumulate with the sun going into Sagittarius, right, in November 21st. So that's kind of another precursor to this energy, okay? So then we have the new moon in Virgo on September 17th. Let's see, 25 degrees at 6 a.m. Central. And this is interesting because, you know, it's establishing this energy of, okay, Virgo themes, right? Working, reality, facing reality, that type of thing. But we're about to go into a retrograde season. Usually new moons are a great time to establish something new. And it's not that it isn't. It's just that you're going to want to establish something new, but it's going to be more of a slow going within experience, because on the 22nd of September is when we start the pre-phase of Mercury retrograde in Libra. Okay, well, actually, no, I'm lying. That's on the 23rd. So on the 22nd, the sun's going to go into Libra. And then on the 23rd is when we begin that pre-phase of 25 degrees Libra. Okay, and that's also the first quarter moon in Capricorn. And we've got a lot of Capricorn energy. We've got Pluto in Capricorn. So it's like, we're just gearing. It's all gearing up. Okay, then we have Mercury going into Scorpio on the 27th of September. Now, we're really getting closer and closer at this point. So October is like boom month, okay? It's just crazy. We've got Saturn going direct in Capricorn. Remember, we had Jupiter going direct in Capricorn. We have that first quarter moon in Capricorn. The same day we have the pre-phase of Mercury retrograde starting. And then we've got Mercury going into Scorpio, the sign it's going to be in for this retrograde. And then we've got that Saturn going direct. And Saturn represents Capricorn. It rules Capricorn, and it's in Capricorn. And that's on September 29th. So we're like ending this month of September with here we go. And that here we go, oh boy, it starts with the full moon on October 1st in Aries. Why is this huge? Because Mars is in Aries, okay? This is the culmination point, October 1st, Mars in Aries. Moon in Aries, right? This full moon in Aries, like we've never had a full moon in Aries with Aries being in Mars yet this year. So this is big, okay? So just mark these dates down. You're going to want to re-listen to this possibly. The very next day, Venus is going to go into Virgo, okay? Reality is happening here, right? And then the 4th of October, Pluto goes direct. Pluto goes direct in Capricorn. We had Jupiter in Capricorn going direct. We had Saturn in Capricorn going direct. Now we have Pluto in Capricorn going direct. Capricorn is squaring this Aries Mars, right? Okay, so this is really big, guys, okay? Then we have that last quarter moon in Cancer on the 9th. Why that's important, I don't usually talk about the last quarter moon or the first quarter moon, but that right there is, you know, part of that cosmic cross. Now, we don't really have too much in Libra yet. Well, actually we do. I lied because we have the sun in Libra. Yeah, so it's going to create a cosmic cross. So that's October 9th. We will have a cosmic cross because it's going to be, and again, I don't specifically have like all the degrees laid out here, so it might not be on that exact day, but you're going to feel the energy within that time frame because you're going to have the moon in Cancer. You're going to have all those planets I just mentioned in Capricorn. So Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn. You're going to have Mars in Aries, and you're going to have the sun in Libra, and that's going to create that cosmic cross, okay? And what are these signs? They're the cardinal signs of the zodiac. What does cardinal represent? Cardinal represents power, okay? So this is a huge power play moment of 2020, okay? Then we have on the 13th of October, and remember, this is all happening before we go fully retrograde with Mercury. And you know, with Mercury, it's the lead up, okay? So that Mercury in retrograde on October 13th, boom, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, 11 degrees. If you are a chart lover and you know your chart, you can check like where all these things are in your chart. That's why I mentioned the degrees if you want to check it. But that's when we go direct, or I'm sorry, retrograde, okay? So then we have, on October 16th, we have the new moon in Libra, okay? But we have a new moon during this retrograde season, okay? It's just gonna be so interesting to see how this all plays out. The very next week, on the 22nd of October, the sun will go into Scorpio. The very next day, on the 23rd, we'll have the first quarter moon in Aquarius. Then, that's not really that important. I just had it on my board here. Then, October 27th, Mercury retrograde is going to move backwards into Libra. So it's going to go back into Libra because it started in Libra, went into Scorpio, going backwards into Libra. You know, you get it, okay? And on that same day, Venus is going to go into Libra, and then the next day, we're going to have another moon in Aries, okay, the 28th of October. And then it's all going to accumulate with another full moon. Boom. Halloween. Halloween. You can't make this shit up. Halloween, full moon in Taurus, 8 degrees, 9:49 a.m. Central Time. I think I put this all down in Central Time. So if I'm wrong with the timing, it's a little off, but that's fine. I think it's 9:49 a.m. Central Time. Full moon, Taurus, Scorpio. Like, wow. Okay. So then we're at election day. Like, full moon, 3 days before that election day. We had all that crazy lead up, crazy lead up. November 3rd is when we go direct on election day. Like, you can't make this up, okay? Mercury direct in Libra, 25 degrees, 11:50 a.m. Central on election day is when we go forward with Mercury. But remember, we have a shadow phase, so it's not going to go right to this forward motion, okay? So let's talk about what November is going to look like right after that. So the very next week on the 8th, we have our last quarter moon in Leo. So that's a very interesting thing because it's like the culmination, it peaks. And then we have that last quarter moon where it's kind of like we feel like we've died no matter what happens. Always last quarter moons kind of feel like an ending cycle. I'm being dramatic, but it's like ending cycle, okay? And then we've got that Tuesday, the 10th of November, we have Mercury going into Scorpio. And then at the end of that week, on the 13th of November, we have Mars goes direct. So Mars went retrograde on the 9th of September. Now it's going direct. This is like a key signaling of, okay, we're slowly about to move forward, okay? So Mars is going to go direct on the 13th of November. The new moon will be in Scorpio the 14th of November. And then at the end of that month, on the 20th, is when we'll be out of the shadow phase of Mercury, on the 20th. And then that very next day, Venus goes into Scorpio and the sun goes into Sagittarius on the 21st. So let's just finish off the year because I'm on a kick. Let's do it. So that end of November, we have our Neptune goes direct in Pisces on the 28th of November. Now that's huge to me because on the 21st, when we have the sun going into Sagittarius, the first time it's been in the same sign as our comfort zone of truth seeking. And then we've got this other planet of perception, Pisces, going direct in, Neptune. There's a lot of perception stuff happening here, okay? And again, it starts again with the full moon in Gemini on the 30th of November. So we end that month with a full moon. There's a lot of starting the months and ending the months with full moons, if you've noticed that. It's very interesting. So full moon in our destiny line, okay? And then that very next day, Mercury goes into Sagittarius on December 1st. So to me, that's a communication of truth. And so it's going to be really interesting to see what this all plays out with. So December, what does December look like? So December 7th, Jupiter retrograde shadow is done. So remember, there's always a shadow phase. So Jupiter is really moving forth now on that day. And that's also the last quarter moon. So we're really going to feel another energy in December, a new energy on the 14th of December with the new moon in Sagittarius. And this is going to be setting forth a new intention with this truth energy, right? Because we've got this new moon, we've got the moon, and we've got the sun, that's what a new moon is, in the same sign as our comfort zone. okay, in Sagittarius. We've got Venus going into Sagittarius the next day. And then on the 16th, we have Saturn going into Aquarius. It's offsetting that Capricorn. We're kind of moving out of that Capricorn tragic energy, which was a lot of the energy we have with coronavirus from the get-go, because it all started in a Capricorn energy. So that's going to be really nice to have that Saturn go out of Capricorn and into Aquarius. And then it's all happening. We got Jupiter going into Aquarius as well on the 19th of December. Now Mercury will go into Capricorn on the 20th. Sun will go into Capricorn on the 21st. We'll have our first quarter moon in Aries on that day as well. And then we end the month on December 29th with full moon in Cancer. And then the Saturn shadow phase will be done on December 31st. Yeah. And the Mars shadow phase will be done on January 3rd. So and then the Pluto, I have this all down. The Pluto shadow phase will be done on the 26th of January. So I really feel like it's this roller coaster ride, right? Like right now at this point, we're like, here we go, here we go, here we go. And September's like, we're boiling. And then October's like, kaboom. And then November's like, what just happened? And then December's like, I think we're going to be okay. That's my feeling. I feel like December is going to be this culmination of like, wait a minute, the old earth is done and the new earth is forming. That's my intuition, that it's going to feel like everything's just going to go awry and then it's going to go perfectly correct and well. So I pray that that's what happens. I pray the light wins in this World War III spiritual warfare that we're in. I love all of you. Please make sure to subscribe. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram. Full disclosure, I was going to create this freebie called Vibe School, but I haven't done it yet. And I was also going to create a community around it. And I am going to do all of that. That's coming soon. But I'm still building everything. I'm a one-man show right now. So more coming soon on what my freebies and courses and workshops will be. So please stay tuned. You can go to highvibeswithjfo.com and opt in there. And once I have everything ready, you'll be the first to know. You will also get access to my weekly newsletter that I drop on Fridays when I have a new video. But if you're subscribed, you'll get that as well. And please follow me on Instagram. I love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Home, rush to see if she called or even left a message for me in a flash. All alone.